Hello, everyone, and welcome to the only makeup tutorial that you ever need to watch, period. Okay? Hey, guys, again. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get started. I went ahead and zoomed in so you guys can get a closer look at everything I was going to be doing on my face. I went really detailed with the tutorial and I wanted y'all to see every single bit of it. The first thing that I do before anything are my eyebrows. I always make sure to do my eyebrows before anything because that's just how I roll. It's what I've been doing for years. And yeah, so I use this really inexpensive beauty supply pencil, and the shade is like, it's just brown. It's literally just the color brown, and it's a really natural color, so it goes really well with the color of my eyebrows. I'm really sorry, but I am sick, okay? There's nothing else that I can say. I'm sick. So please forgive me and my voice. But as I am outlining my brows, I extend the pencil towards my nose bridge because my eyebrows, they don't grow that close to my nose, so I kind of have to overcompensate with the pencil. And I also draw my arch first before finishing up the rest of my brows because let me tell you something, the arch is usually my guide. The front of my brows can be so tricky sometimes, so I kind of get the arch out of the way, and then it kind of leads me into how I'm supposed to, kind of outline the front part of my brows. And then once both of my brows are outlined, I go in with the same pencil to fill it in. Typically, I would use a gel if I had a gel, but because it's been literally so long since I've updated my makeup stash, I have to work with what I got. But I use that same pencil, feather the front to make sure the front is not looking boxy. I want my brows to be very natural, very seamless, kind of have a fade effect. So yeah, that's what I am doing. Next, I'm taking this flat brush and I further flatten it using two of my fingers. And another trick, you can also use glue to make it stiff because the more stiff and flat it is, the more precise your brows will be. And I'm also using these two concealers. I like to mix up my concealer shades to kind of get the perfect underbrow shade for me. I don't really like for my underbrows to be extremely bright. So after I have successfully carved my brows, I'm taking this Real Techniques brush to begin buffing all of that out to make sure my brows look as natural and as beautiful as possible. So before I go in with any type of eyeshadow, I apply concealer on my eyelids, and I specifically apply a concealer that's a lighter shade than my eyelids. I do this because I want my eyeshadow to pop. I want it to, radiate. So I like to apply concealer to make sure that that happens. And then I also do it because I don't like applying eyeshadow on a dry eyelid. The shadows do not blend very well. It looks chalky, and the concealer helps, kind of to calm all that down. The moistness from the concealer helps to blend all of the shadows much more easy. Next, I'm going into this warm tone palette, perfect for the fall. I love this palette so much, and I always use it the most around this time of year. I am a warm tone chick. Like most of the eyeshadow looks that you'll see me doing will mainly be warm tones. Like I can think of so many different types of eyeshadow looks using warm tone palettes and warm tone colors. So if that's the type of stuff that you're into, a little neutral, soft glam, there's so many different varieties of soft glam. So if that's something that you're into, hit the subscribe button. You will not hurt. So here I'm just applying a light brown eyeshadow, and this is our transition shade. For a smoky eye, you want to get started with a transition shade before you proceed to apply your darker colors. Smoky eye cannot be harsh. If it's harsh, it's not a smoky eye. It is something else. It's not smoky eye. So applying a transition shade helps with the harshness, and it just makes it look so much more blown out, and it's just wonderful. So after I put on that brown color, I proceeded to pack on this really nice chocolate brown shade, and this is the star of our smoky eye. So after I packed it on, I started to kind of just go crazy and blend it out and blend until I could not blend anymore. The key to a good smoky eye is to blend like your life depends on it. You do not want a harsh smoky eye, so make sure you blend, and your eyeshadow will look really blown out and really pretty. So after all of that is blended out, I went in with my eyeliner. And my eyeliner is from Wet n Wild. It is their black waterproof eyeliner, and I've been using this eyeliner for years and I have no reason to change it. So that is what I am applying right now. So it's been some time since I filmed this tutorial, and I truly do not remember what I'm applying on my face right now. But after I applied that, I went in with my Milk Makeup Blur Stick. And the purpose of this product is to blur any imperfections, blur any pores, so that it doesn't like seep through your makeup. So it creates like a layer on your face in between your skin and the foundation. And that was what I was applying. And then next I am using my foundation from NYX, and it's their Born to Glow foundation. It's a really glowy foundation and it's super smooth. It's a medium coverage buildable foundation, and I love it so much because it just looks like my skin but better. So the foundation brush I'm using is from Morphe, and I love, love, love using this brush because of how thick and how densely packed the bristles on this brush are. Because of how stiff the bristles are, I'm able to get under my eyes very easily. And also, it makes my foundation look much more sheer because I don't really like a full coverage foundation. I take whatever is left on the brush and I apply that to my forehead, and that is it for foundation. Now for my highlight and for my contour, I'm using this e.l.f. concealer, and it's a great dupe for the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. If you're looking for a cheaper alternative, this is the one for you. I showed the picture of it earlier when I was carving my eyebrows. And then next, I'm taking this darker shaded concealer for Fenty Beauty, applying that on the edges of the concealer so that it will blend much easier for me. Some people would use their foundation brush for this step, but I prefer to mix my concealers. And if y'all notice, I didn't apply concealer directly under my eye. And that's because I don't really like an overly highlighted under eye. So because I pack most of my concealer directly below, not directly, but a little bit below my eye, as I'm blending, concealer will eventually get there. And because of, me mixing my concealers, it makes my edges so beautifully blurred. And I just love that. I applied way too much concealer. For some reason, my hand was heavy this day. So yeah, I was struggled a little bit right here. And I had to switch sides of the Beauty Blender because the concealer was just overwhelming and I had to blend it as much as I could. My biggest fear with makeup, I do not like when my foundation is not the same shade as my neck. And sometimes when I put too much concealer, that ends up happening. And that is something that can happen to anybody. So that's why you don't need like so much concealer, especially if it's already a lighter shade. So now for my contour, I'm using this ColourPop foundation stick, and I'm taking a much looser brush because I want the product to be more spread out. Whenever I contour, and I'm doing like air marks right now, air quotes right now, but y'all can't see it. But whenever I'm contouring, what I really have in mind is bronzing. I prefer to have some shadow than I do precision around my eye, around my cheekbones. So that's why I use this flimsy brush, because it blends it out really well. So next, I'm taking my setting powder, and the setting powder I'm using is from, what's the name of that brand? Sasha. Yeah, that's my Sasha setting powder. And yeah, I'm using the same beauty sponge to press that powder in. I don't bake, I press my powder in because my face just be looking so flawless. And also I have dry skin, so baking is just not the best for me. So now I'm really bronzing using my Fenty Beauty press powder along with my Real Techniques bronzer brush. And I'm just lightly feathering that along the perimeter of my cheekbones as well as the area that I contoured. And then I followed it up with some setting powder in order to give it that faux contour snatched effect. I love doing this with contour because it just fools people into thinking like you really put effort into your contour when you really didn't. And then I went in with my setting spray from Black Radiance, and it's their matte setting spray. And it gave me, this is my first time using it, and it gave me a really, really good finish. It was a really cheap setting spray, only $5, and it did the job. It really did. So getting even more up close and personal, I'm taking this Wet n Wild eye pencil in black, and I'm just lining my waterline. I love a very cinched waterline, so that's why I use a pencil versus using liquid. And it is rough using a pencil that close to your eye, especially a sharp pencil. So, take a breather, take some time, just take your time so you don't poke yourself. But I love the way that using an eye pencil looks on my waterline. And then I followed it up with this concealer. I followed it up with this mascara from CoverGirl. And I'm just placing a mirror to the side because I see my bottom lashes very well when the mirror is on the side. And I just love coating my bottom lashes. It's such a look. And then next, I am applying my lashes. These lashes, the only lashes I buy are I Envy by Kiss, but I'm so sorry, I cannot tell you guys what the number is. But just know that any pair of lashes that you see, 9 times out of 10, they're from I Envy by Kiss. So before I place the eyelashes on, I make sure to coat my top lashes with some mascara. Whenever I coat my lashes with mascara, it's easier for me to see where to apply the strip lashes. And you want to place the mirror below your chin. That way you get the best view of your lash line. I'm reintroducing the brow pencil because that is what I'm using to line my lips. I'm very, very, very specific with the shade of brown I use around my lips. And this brown passes the test each and every time. It goes well with so many of my lip glosses. And I honestly just never have to worry about it looking good on me because I know it always will. And I like to build up the lip liner by running the pencil around my lips over and over again until I get the right amount of darkness as well as depth that I'm looking for around my lips. And I make sure to blend out my lip liner using either a brush or a finger. The finger for me is easier to use versus a brush, but this is a step I feel a lot of people don't do, and that is why you're not getting the desired nude lip that you would like. Everything has to be blended. Everything you put on your face has to be blended. So that's why, taking a finger and smoothing out the lip liner that you applied is super important to making sure you get the best nude lip combo there is. And next, I'm just topping my lips off with some NYX Butter Gloss. If you know, you know, this is an OG in the beauty community. And it's so inexpensive, $5. And it gives a wonderful nude lip. And the shade that I used is not La Madeleine. I'm thinking about the restaurant. The shade that I'm using is Madeline. I've been using this shade for years because it just connects to my soul. It's the perfect nude shade, in my opinion. And then to put the icing on the cake, I'm going in with my highlighter to bring the whole entire look together. If you made it to the end of this video, just know that I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. And I hope that I'll be doing a lot more soft glam looks for you guys in the future.